Here's our Sig Test 3 solutions. You must square it before you multiply, and when you square it you get a positive 4. Do what's inside parentheses, so it's negative 4 squared is 4. Do what's inside, so that's 2 minus 3 is negative 1, absolute value is 1. Now let's just multiply, and then it's 4 minus 7. G of negative 3 means take negative 3, plug it in for the x, and then simplify. H of negative 4 means come out negative 4 and on the x, and what's the y value? H of x equals 2. H of x equals 2. Then what's my x value? Well, my x value would be 3.5. F of x is 11, so I take the 11 and I plug it in for f of x. And then solve. This is a function. For every x, I get only one y. For every x, I only get one y. Not a function, because if I plug in 2, I get 3 different answers, and that's not a function. Lowest value for my x is negative 4. My highest value for my x is 5, but it can't equal 5. My range is my y values. My lowest y value is here at negative 2. My highest y value is here at 1. And then negative infinity is my lowest x, and goes all the way up to 5. And then 0 is my highest y, and my lowest is negative infinity. Two cubed is 8. X to the 6 raised to the 3rd. You multiply the exponents. Multiply the exponents. And then I just rewrote that guy. 3 times 8 is 24. X to the 18th. X to the 2nd is x to the 20th. Just add the exponents. Y to the 1st. Y squared. Cube it, cube it, cube it. That's how I got that part. Cube it, cube it, cube it. So I got this part. Then I went a to the 6th, a to the 4th, it's a to the 10th, b to the 3rd, b to the 6th, b to the 9th. 8 divided by 8 cancels out. A to the 10th over a to the 6th, you can subtract the exponents, you get a to the 4th, so that means it's on top. B to the 9th over b to the 9th gives me 1, so it's just a to the 4th. I would add 8 to both sides, and I get negative 12. Divide by 6 on each side, you get negative 2. We got 11 when I combine like terms. When I combine like terms, I get negative 4. Subtract 7x from both sides, that gives me the 4x. Add 4 to both sides, and it gives me the 0. So x equals 0, because 0 times 4 would be 0. This one's no solution, because when I add 2x to both sides, they cancel out, and I'm left with something that's not true. I'm left with negative 3 is not equal to 2, so it's no solution. If it was true, negative 3 equals negative 3, then it would be all real numbers. Let's see. I added 5x to both sides. I subtracted 24 from both sides. We're adding 5 tiles each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each time. And so I subtracted 5 from this one to get the 2. So it starts with 2. So that means it's a 2 plus the 5x. 80th one, plug in 80 for the x. Find the 402 tiles. My y-intercept is at 0, negative 3, so that's why I have a dot at 0, negative 3. My slope is 2/5, so I go up 2 over 5. Up 2 over 5, or I can go negative, negative is still a positive. My slope is negative in this case, so I got to make sure my line's going downhill. So I go down 2 over 1, because this is over 1. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. I put a dot, and I put a dot on my graph. Rises 1, runs over 4, so that's 1 over 4, but it's going downhill from left to right. So that's a negative slope. Y-intercept's at positive 3. So y-intercept's at -2, 0, -2, and the slope goes up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. So that's 3. Rises, if that's 10, this has to be 5, so it goes up 5, 10, 15, so this side's 15, that side's 1. 15 over 1 is just 15. He ran 15 miles per hour. The slope in this case, if this is 50, then that has to be 25. So that's 25, 50 over 2, 50 over 2, which is 25, and it's going downhill, so it's a negative. She spent $25 per day, dollars per day. Changing the y with change of the x. So I subtracted my y's, subtracted my x's, and that's what I did here. So minus a negative makes it a plus. That's how I got a positive 18 here. And 12 minus 6 is 6, so a slope of 3. So y equals mx plus b. I'm solving for the b. I plugged in one of the points. That's an x, that's a y. X, y. Solve. That's a 36, so I subtracted 36 from both sides. That's how I ended up with negative 45 equals the b. So then I have my y equals mx plus b. 5 cups. Start with the cups. I need it to be tablespoons, so I canceled out the cups, and 1 cup is 8 ounces. And I cancel out the ounces, and 1 ounce is 2 tablespoons. So you just multiply those together, and you have it.